Alright, we've got our maps for our first series. It is LSI, Crimson Court, Post, Youth, Site Delta, and Oceanborn. We're gonna play all games on Central. And good luck and fun, gamers. An old indie game called VVVVV. Never heard of it. But I don't know many games. Tonight at 3 AM our time, the Tasteless LAN party starts. And Tasteless did reach out to me and I'm sure many others that were allowed to restream it. And that was definitely my plan, but I don't think I can really do these 4 best of 5s and then stay live till 3 something AM and then do a viewing party. But I do want to watch it. So I think the plan is do the big brain bouts, then take a couple hours, maybe lay down, have a little nappy, and then see if we can wake up in the middle of the night for the Tasteless LAN party. That is our plan. First, a night of video games. 2 best of 7s are behind us in the WTL Code S. Now it's time for a $75 best of 5. Ready, ready, ready. Everyone's ready. We are 6 minutes behind schedule. And there's only one man to blame for that. And that man is Bumbz. Yeah, I am expecting myself to do the viewing party. If I don't do the viewing party, I will be watching. But I think I'll just take some rest after BBB tonight. Couple hours, chill, have some good food. Because now I just had a sandwich. Obviously, I cannot live off a sandwich for 24 hours. And then maybe go live at 2 AM, play 1 hour of Stormgate. And then watch the games to see if we can learn a thing or two. And obviously play a game in between. It is going to be going to wreck my sleep schedule a little, but that's fine. We don't have too many important things on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday's only in the evening, so it should be fine. Let me double check if everything is good to go. Are we live on Team Liquid? Yes, let's do it, guys. Friday night video gaming brought to you by Basilisk, like the 67 other editions of the Big Brain Bouts.
Let's get it on.
Round 1. Fight!
Opening series of the night, $75 on the line, 60 for the winner and 15 for the loser. In the top right side, I know he's played before, but it's a damn long time, and I don't know how it went for him. Representing the Gold Masters, it's Multi's team, it's Amber Drake's team, it's Bumbz. A very tall Swedish man who did go to a home story cup. Not as a player, but as a fan. I think he had a good time. And making his debut, due to popular demand in the RotterdaM Discord in the Big Brain channel that we have over there. He has signed up for a little while. He's been asking to play. And I'm happy that I invited him. I'm happy to listen to you guys because he seems incredibly nice and that makes me happy. He said it was a bit of a dream of his to play in the Big Brain Bouts. Let's hope this is a best of 5 to dream about. INexorable. Goldmasters is just a community teammate. It's a clan like Basilisk, like Team Liquid. Obviously not every team is massive and is a massive esports org across the board with activities in different games. But Goldmasters is a team on the European server that's been around for a long time. They play a lot of clan wars together. They have some in-house skirmishes. Just a bunch of dudes enjoying the same video game. But definitely a whole bunch of good players, like over 5k. Bumbz is around 5,300, 5,400 MMR. INexorable, I believe, around the same. I did see that in the last, I believe it was the American Weekly, INexorable won a map against Mixu. Winning a map against Mixu is pretty freaking impressive. So that made me think he's very good. Yeah, Bumbz is good too. So let's go for it. Let's rock and roll. 1 gate fast expand. We had an adept on the way for the man from Sweden. Here's our Brazilian Terran, has just scouted. We've got a Reaper, we've got a Marine. Factory on the way, a reactor on the way. Take it from there. It's a cute moment, by the way, for the probe to show up. And if this would have been a Reaper reactor, this is actually a mega start for Bumbz. But it is not Reaper reactor. My man INexorable has played an honest game. And he has gone a Reaper Marine before the reactor. So it makes his life a whole lot easier. Twilight Council is going to be the tech of choice. Maybe some Blinky boys. Since the man is teammates with Molten, and Molten loves DTs more than anybody else in the Western Hemisphere, There is a chance that we get a quick Dark Shrine. Molten just the other week, making the boys at Epic Land proud with a lot of DTs versus Rota. That was a fun evening. The whole Spain against England rematch of the Euros was actually a pretty fun BBB. Oh my goodness, it is actually multi. It's unbelievable, but it is actually multi. Thank you so much, by the way, Belsry, for the 76 months. Sometimes I miss it for an hour, sometimes I see it almost immediately. I don't think there is anyone on this planet that loves DTs more than Molten. I know Queen Coco has built a DT or two in her days. Poison obviously loves DTs as well. As INexorable is going to try to get in. He does not get in with the Hellion, and the Reaper gets picked off. Oh. That is bad news for the man from Brazil. Because at this point, he still does not know about that Dark Shrine. There are definitely Protosses that have won more prize money with DTs than Molten. Oh my god, the follow-up is Zealot Charge as well. Jeez Louise, these guys of the gold masses are dirty, eh? This is gonna be a spicy start to our evening, guys, because I think this Widowmine drop will deal at least decent damage. I don't want to say great damage, because Widowmines these days are very underwhelming. But obviously, DTs on the other side of the map can be devastating. We don't have a Raven. We barely have one scan. Guys, he's got one scan right now. He cannot use this scan. Oh my god, he dropped the mule. No! F's in the chat. F's in the chat for our boy. The man literally has 0 scans available. In 10 seconds, he will have 1 scan available, but he has to deal with DTs in the natural, DTs in the main. The Widowmines, they're gonna be great. That is -7 probes. -10 even. Meine Fresse. But now we've got a DT in the natural, and we've got multiple DTs potentially in the main. A single scan goes down. That's the only scan that our man has. Honestly, Bumbz could have done a little bit more than he's been doing so far, but I think he was distracted by those Widowmines. I feel like this should be worse for the Brazilian Terran than what it actually is. First turret is up. Second turret is coming online. It's obviously painful, and he might lose his tech lab too. That's very sad. Second missile turret is here. Do we have another scan, mate? Do we have another scan? In 10 seconds, and less than that. We have a scan right now. Liberator is about to go into the natural. That's obviously kind of difficult to deal with if you don't have Blink Stalkers. But there is enough Stalkers. Go for probes, INexorable. Go for the probes. Kills a Stalker and now goes for workers. Would have preferred 5 or 6 worker kills there over the Stalker kill, but okay. Don't forget that our follow-up was not Blink, but Zealot Charge. And dealing with 2 Archons and a bunch of Zealots with Charge, this is going to be so difficult. 60 Marines is decent. I'm afraid that is not decent enough. I mean, we have a bunker. The bunker is kind of well protected by supply depots. There might be hope. Obviously, Stim, long ways off. 5 Marines and a tank against 2 Archons and a War Prism. I am afraid. Here come the Archons, getting a couple good shots off immediately. Here come the Zealots as well. This is going to hurt so bad, as the Archons were in the dead zone there for a split second. One Archon is low on HP. These Archons are going to get ultra satisfying hits off here on SCVs. And that is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24 additional workers going down. I do really think that is going to do it. The follow-up is double forged by the man from Sweden. The dirty Game 1 victory. Them damn DTs, guys. Those damn DTs. Doesn't matter if the year is 2010, 2014, 2018, 2024. The Dark Templars will get the job done on different levels across the board. I'm afraid for the man from Brazil that this is the end of Game 1. Doesn't really tell us much about how the rest of the best of 5 is going to go. I obviously think this was very unlucky. What are we going to do? I'm going to pull the boys? Will this give up on the main? One Hail Mary push. Bunch of Marines. Couple of Marines and the boys and the tank. We came here to party. Seems like INexorable is not about those early GGs. Bumbz does have control of the Zelnaga Watchtower. War Prism is going to get recalled immediately. Is there a world where we somehow kill this shield battery very quickly and then the force fields are bad? I don't know. A 1% chance, guys, less than that. The 2 Archons, a Shield Battery, 3 Archons even, and a Warp Prism. Shield Battery overcharge. This is going to make it impossible for any of these Protoss units to die. And game 1 is all Bumbz. Those bloody DTs, guys. Shameful behavior, honestly, by Bumbz. You know what? I think that Molten is responsible for this. You're not the only one who has that opinion, Duke X, so I don't think that has anything to do with your age. I do think it's important to keep in mind that even though the game is kind of out right now, it's clearly still very early. And I think you can kind of read between the lines that they also wish that they were a bit further along, but yeah, maybe they have no choice, I don't know. I think that the game has potential, and I think the game will get better. But I think right now Starcraft 2 is mega good because they've been working on it for over 14 years, right? Or however long Starcraft 2 was in active development. So Starcraft 2 is obviously a very, very finished and complete product, while Stormgate is still in its baby shoes. So don't give up hope yet, mate. Maybe if you just kind of look at it from the side and keep track of the progress, perhaps over time the game will grow on you and it will get better. I don't think that has anything to do with your age. And game 2 is going to be played on Crimson Court. I mean, we can't really go back-to-back DTs, right? If this was Molten, sure. I think that's a learning lesson for INexorable. It's unfortunate, obviously, to start off your best of 5 that you were so excited for off like that. A little bit unlucky dropping that mule. If he did not drop that mule, I think it could have gone a whole lot better for him. Because initially, it kind of felt that the multitasking was a little bit better on the side of the Brazilian, but he just had no answer for DTs anymore.
Round 2, fight!
Top right side, down 0-1, making his debut in the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. Can we shake it up and continue strong? Can we live up to our nickname? It's INexorable. For the Platinum Heroes. A Brazilian amigo. Brazil mentioned. Hype. In the bottom left side, this guy is a bit of a nightmare to play against in a best of 3 and a best of 5 because he just has so many weird and different openings. And it seems like we have completely flipped the script with pylon into another pylon into a gateway on the other side of the map, trying to make Max Pack sprout. This is Bumbz. You're not alone, Duke. But just take it easy, mate. Lean back, enjoy the ride, and perhaps eventually you'll look at it and be like, damn, that is sick. Now there is another RTS that I really like. I think that's the best you can do. I think StarCraft 2 just was different, right? Because of the legacy, because of Blizzard being at its absolute peak back then, and obviously the game having all the time in the world to be developed. I don't think you can really compare the two. And that's okay. But nothing has to replace StarCraft 2, guys. No matter how much we may love some of those new games, whether you guys absolutely love Stormgate or Battle Aces or Tempest Rising, StarCraft 2 is StarCraft 2. And as long as these servers are working, or we find a way to get the servers to work, we can love live, don't lose an SCV, that would be painful. And our beautiful video game is not going anywhere. And perhaps when it comes to RTS, the more the merrier. INexorable has opened up in a slightly safer way. He's going to drop the Commencent on the high ground. We have gone Reaper. He is scouting with his SCV. He has seen the Nexus. And he has also seen the Pilot and the Gate, so that's big. That is very big. We should not be in any danger of losing anything here. As long as an SCV can actually repair the reactor, and I think it can. Do you guys think there is room to repair this reactor? I'm actually a tiny bit concerned about that. Okay, there is. Tiny gap is good enough. Follow-up is going to be 2 more Rexes. That is great news for INexorable. That is great news for all the Brazilian fans out there. Because I have actually never seen this strategy lose. And I highly doubt that all of a sudden today we're going to see this strategy lose. Bumbz has decided to recall a single Zealot to deal with that bunker in his natural. The 2 Reapers are gonna go through the Stalker, through the Zealot. It's okay. Health regeneration will do its thing. Bumbz' follow-up is once more a Twilight Council. He does not know about barracks number 2 and 3. 2 Reapers, by the way. That's going to have... Oh my goodness, and he can't recall. Don't forget about that, guys. Because he already recalled the Zealot, so INexorable is absolutely flying here. This is a fantastic moment for 2 Reapers to show... No, what? No. I mean, it's still kind of good, but that should have never ever happened. I've never seen that. 2 Reapers got stuck between this crate and a Zealot. That's very unlucky. Still decent damage, obviously, those 4 workers, but... And some lost mining time, but that's a shame. Because he could have easily killed 6, 7, or 8 there. We've gone concussive shells first. Oh, that's so sad. Actually, really sad, because that double Reaper counterattack was a pretty brilliant call. Especially after the bunker baited out the recall on a single Zealot. A single Zealot should not be able to do anything against 2 Reapers. First Zealot is going to get picked off. Second Zealot will get picked off as well. That Stalker gets stacked. These Marauders have concussive shells, guys. Very smart decision to go for concussive before stim or combat shield. This Stalker will barely make it down that ramp. Could have honestly been bad as well. I don't think Bumbz should keep fighting here. These are not normally fights that you win. Oh my goodness, he is going to warp in another unit. I think this is kind of a crazy decision. He's going to lose his first Stalker. He's going to lose, well, not the second, because he does have Blink. And that actually makes it a very good decision. But we've got a new Marauder coming in. And eventually these Stalkers have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. So good decision, bad decision, good decision. Kind of bad in the end. Bleeding out a lot of Stalkers. Really does not want to give up on this proxy gate. I think it is time, my friend. Just don't have the Stalker numbers. Oh my goodness, lost another Stalker there. The dead body blinked, but the physical body was left behind. And that is in total minus of 5 Stalkers against 4 Marauders and a Marine is not a good trade. Stalkers are too expensive to lose like this. And now basically you need to make more and more and more Stalkers because you know that the bio count is getting up there. Bumbz had a lot of confidence there in his ability to out micro a couple bio units, but I think it becomes impossible if you have like Stalkers on the left, Stalkers at the bottom, Stalkers at the right, and bios in the center, and concussive shells is online. That's just not very doable if the Stalker numbers are not there, and they were simply not there. The Marine count was too high. INexorable has thrown down a scan in the main base, saw a robo, saw 2 gates, sees the Twilight Council. Like that move with a couple of Stalkers, as we have repowered the gate, guys. There's an observer here as well. So 6 Stalkers in the main, couple of Marauders are going to stim. Does he have recall again? We used recall in the very beginning of this game. If you recall to the low ground, you're in trouble. He does have recall, but he should lose one of these Stalkers. Yep, lost one of them, the other one left behind. So that is minus 2 Stalkers once more, minus another pylon. Obviously, Bumbz is buying time. If the whole idea is like, hey, I'm throwing away a couple units to buy time, he's absolutely buying time. But right now I think the Terran army is quite a bit more powerful and larger than Bumbz' army. Bumbz needs to buy more time as he moves out with the Stalkerinos. I think INexorable needs to wait for these units to show up. Even if a couple of them are low on HP, with a single stim, his DPS is going to be so freaking high. As we get a raid from the captain. Thank you, Kev. First series of the night. These slow zealous guys are not going to make a difference. Our Brazilian boy smells blood in the water. Can he go for the battery? Oh yes he can. There is a sentry that gets warped in, but sentry is not in time. It's an amazing fight for the Terran. I think it's a game-ending fight. Probes, 1 zealot at a time, 1 sentry. That's not going to cut it. Don't forget, Bio's got +1 here too. I don't know if they scream vamos in Portuguese as well, but I think we can vamos our way into game 3. This one will not slip away anymore. I think these two are a really good match for each other. 2 games in so far, guys. Seems like it's going to be a very competitive best of 5. We haven't really seen mega long games yet. Bumbz will sort of clean this up, but we have to ask ourselves the caster question. At what cost? The cost of every single stalker, a sentry, a couple slow zealots, a few pylons, a battery, and 18 probes. I think that's a little too much to overcome. Is there a Portuguese equivalent of Vamos? It is very fun to watch Spanish tennis players, because even though I cannot read lips at all, it's so obvious when they're just like, Vamos! And it feels like that is all they say. And I'm not even hating. I love it. Players are around 5,400 MMR, give or take. One from Brazil, the other one from Sweden. First battery gets picked off. Second battery gets picked off. But the zealots apparently a little too intimidating to just stand there and fight. Do we have a recall Bumbz? Yes, we do. Can we now pick up again, Mr. INexorable, and go back to the low ground? Not before we apparently take out an RotterdaM pile and pick up those Marines, mate. These are like the little things, though, where I would say it would have been better for him to pick those units up. But he actually gunned down every single stalker, and that's not a bad choice either. Stalkers are pricey, and this is only a 9-minute game, but Bumbz has lost 23 stalkers. Huh. That is a serious amount of stalkers. Fighting Spirit was there for INexorable in game 1 after he took crazy damage from the DTs. I think it's safe to say that the Fighting Spirit is really here as well for the man from Sweden. But this one is not gonna go his way. If Bumbz somehow would win this game, well guys, then we didn't do a good job in matchmaking. Then it's similar to Winged against Goblin on Oceanborn last Monday. Would love to see all the Widow Mines burrow. One Widow Mine does fire, the other two got picked off. Oh, Archon's near a battery. Are kind of powerful. Stalker count is so low, so obviously the doors are wide open for the men from Brazil to drop everywhere. One Widow Mine runs in through the top left, the other one bottom right. Some good target fire here. INexorable says split against this. As the bio units come back, he's all over Bumbz. But Bumbz refuses to die. Because he's got Zealots and an Archon. Oh no, don't lose the medevac. He will not. Oh my goodness, jeez Louise. Probably a minor heart attack moment there for a young man from Brazil, but he's okay. Got Ghost on the way as well, 2-2 upgrades. Absolutely cooking. Fogo the Chow would be jealous of this amount of cooking. And they are good. One of my favorite places to go to. Big fan of the Fogo. Texas barbecue was nice, guys. But Brazilian barbecue, I still think it takes the crown for me. Even better than Korean barbecue. Some people say it's a hot take, but I don't think it's a hot take at all. Korean barbecue is fun though. Nothing better than just sitting there and feasting on a whole bunch of meat with your friends and drinking some soju. It is a good time, but Brazilian barbecue is a whole lot better. Let's see if we can land some game-ending EMPs. We are quite marine heavy, but hey, with 2 upgrades against 0-0 Protoss units, doesn't really matter that we're marine heavy. Losing 8 SCVs on the other map kinda sucks, or on the other side of the map. But I'm not gonna show it, guys, because this game, I want to say, is all about INexorable, but now we've got a Colossus showing up as well. There is no way that Bumbz wins this, but he's definitely doing a really good job in being freaking annoying and making it hard. But 2 Marines, guys, can actually stim forward and kill a Colossus. That is how important upgrades are, as the other drop has shown up as well once more over here to the triangle, and that will finally do it. After 12 minutes and 16 seconds, we have still never seen the 3 Rex loose, and we're all tied up after 2 games. Solid game. I honestly liked it from both sides. I liked what Bumbz tried to do in the beginning, but sometimes it just doesn't quite work out. You're like slightly out of position. You can't quite get your stalkers in the sweet spot where you can gun down those marauders and buy enough time until Blink is online. I don't think he played it poorly. I just think INexorable played it well. Brazilians say vamos, but the S sound is mute. So vamo? We vamoing? I'm all for a vamo, mate. If a person from Texas heard you say that, prepare for a fight. I mean, I do love American barbecue, mate. Texas barbecue is pretty goated. But Fogo de Chao, when it comes to barbecue, that's still the best place I've gone to. Whether it's in Vegas or in Brazil or in LA, Fogo is god tier. If you guys have never gone and you ever have the chance and you love eating meat, that's obviously very important. Otherwise, don't go. If you don't want to eat meat, do not go. Needless to say. I love Fogo. Round 3, opening best of 5 tonight. Not the longest games yet, but definitely a competitive best of 5 between these two. A man from Sweden versus a man from Brazil. $60 for the winner.
Round 3. Fight.
Got the victory with those Dark Templars in game 1. Was in all sorts of trouble in game 2 forever, but did a pretty good job in stabilizing, and it may give him some hope. It is Gold Masters Bumbz. And no, he's not in Gold League, guys. He's a Grandmaster League player. And so is this man in the top right side representing the Platinum Heroes. Also not in Platinum League. Hailing from Brazil, it is INexorable. And kudos to this young man. He's just being very sweet and very polite to me. I like it. Sometimes you invite someone for the first time and you exchange like 3 words and that's it. But he seems to be very excited. He loves the opportunity, and he tried to get our Brazilian caster, Cosmos, to cast as well. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it, but then he sent me a whole essay. He's like, Roddy, sorry, he can't make it. I was like, it doesn't change anything for me. But I love the passion and I love the kindness. Great kid. My Discord was right for once. Because sometimes they tell me they find a great kid and it's J Money Magic and it's just yapping all over the shop. And I'm like, sweet baby Jesus, I can't take it anymore. But INexorable, indeed, a very, very nice young man. Big fan. And perhaps we'll see him more often. Reaper single gas. Well, Bumbz. Did he go Nexus before Cybercore here, guys? Kinda looks like it, right? Greedy, greedy. What if our opponent would have gone Proxy Rex Reaper? This got here, what happened? Nothing, mate. We love you, J-Money. You're appreciated. No biggie. This time we do go Reaper Reactor. This is the build that I think Bumbz was really hoping INexorable would have gone for at El Sayani when he was hiding that probe. But on this map it doesn't really matter because the command center is not on the low ground. It is safe. And a probe is obviously not going to make it through. It can be annoying, attack this SCV, but it's not going to get on top of the SCV that's building the command center. So no delays. That is scary, Proto, but I see it. I absolutely do see it. Pretty much, J-Money, that was kind of it. Perhaps the word or two was different, but you nailed it. You guys think we're gonna go 4 Hellions? Hellion drop? Is it just 2 Hellions? Maybe 2 Hellions into Widowmine drop. Oh, it's the 3rd Hellion already. That is 4 Hellions. Then I do assume that we get a medevac. No, we kind of need. Doesn't want to go medevac. 4 Hellion. Okay, that is indeed also a thing. Doesn't make a crazy amount of sense to me on Pulse Youth, because obviously the Hellions can't really drive into the natural or main base. I think this build is a lot better when it's a bit easier to get into the natural. Reaper is gonna give its life over here in the main. Get a bit of a scout off. How much does he see? Drops. Well, sees extra gates. And he's actually going to be able to see the Twilight counts as well. Unfortunately for him, he did not see the Robo. Dropped a mule? The boy is crazy. He dropped a mule to mine out those minerals just to get into the pocket expand. And now these 4 Hellions, they don't need a medevac at all. INexorable dropped the mule to mine out that mineral wall. And he says, look at me now, and Blink is not done yet. Oh, Bumbz is in so much trouble. That is a lot of dead workers, and we ain't done yet. 1 or 2 more good shots, maybe? 13 workers. Actually, sick. Gigabrain. Roddy BB. Capital B. Lowercase Roddy, capital BB, guys. Those are the big brain plays that it's all about. Ah, smart. Honestly, the doors were open. So to be fair, he could have driven in anyway. But I love the thought. We're not going to talk about that. And obviously he doesn't know that, right? And like if he would try and he'd eat a couple of volleys to the face, then his heli attack is already a lot less impactful. Bumbz has a single observer, guys. And the single observer is rallied to the other side of the map. INexorable seems to be very familiar with Blink Stalker counterattacks after his heli in opening. Has a tank in a pretty solid position. Oh, I love this SimC. Look at this wall. This man is building a wall and he's making Bumbz pay for it. Did Bumbz see these benches? I don't know if he did, guys. I feel like our Swedish Protoss is a little too focused on finding damage right now with his Stalkerinos. He loses one of the Stalkers. Oh my god, he's losing all of them. Oh my goodness, a hero tank. Brad Pitt straight out of Fury. Brad Pitt taking a break out of recording his F1 movie. And he has gone back into Fury. Now all the Stalkers are dead. There's only one observer. It's all the way on the other side of the map. INexorable is actually cooking. Take this man straight to the kitchen of a Fogo de Chao. Because I believe observer gets recalled into the pocket expand. But obviously that means that it's not right here yet. Bumbz is in so much trouble. I think this is game-ending damage. Losing that many Stalkers. Losing this many probes for the second time in this game. Banshees are still alive. I mean, Bumbz did do a fantastic job at Crimson Court of stabilizing and not completely falling up. Well, he fell apart, but then he didn't die. Well, I wouldn't even say that he really fell apart in the multi-tap team. It's more that he fell apart against the first move out, because that was just too powerful. Stalkers have once more moved to the other side of the map, and that means that these Banshees can get lucky in the third base this time around, killing a few more workers, killing the sentry as well. Yeah, what does Bumbz do? I don't know if we have time for Storm. Like without Storm, I don't really believe. Maybe like an Archon or two. 2 Archons, a shield battery. Yeah, ideally a Guardian shield, but the poor man just lost his sentry. One of the Banshees did get picked off in the corner of the main. But 2 more workers did go down. This is a powerful army, guys. Sure, shield battery overcharge is great. An Archon can be great, but I'm afraid that Bumbz just lacks the numbers here. An Archon just died near shield battery overcharge. I don't think that battery had quite the right amount of time. And INexorable is showing no respect to that super battery. They don't believe in super batteries over in Brazil. These guys are built different. 3 Zealots, 2 Stalkers left. That's gonna do it, guys. This time around, it is going to end a little bit earlier. Bumbz is not going to be able to push this back. Still a Banshee in the main as well. Hello? Alright, guys. Apparently, we can push it back. Because INexorable has just picked up his units and has gone home. I mean, that is a play with 45 arms play against 2. How are we even on workers? We haven't really built that many SCVs, I guess. He did lose 5 to the Blink Stalkers. Killed 32 probes. Terran will lose now. No. A 1-1 Terran with this micro. I mean, yesterday I had a game on Pulse Youth between Rocker's Terran and J Money Magic Zerg. And Rocker should have always won that game. But then J Money Magic won it. And then people were like, well, not people. There was one guy's like, Ronnie, J Money was up 50 supply. Yeah, Incorruptors and 0-0 slow roaches. That should have never ever gone his way. But a man like INexorable, who has clearly showed us already that he knows how to macro, that he knows how to micro, he is not going to lose with 57 army supply of 1-1 Terran against a 0-0 Protoss. Even 10 extra Zealots are not going to save the day here for Bumbz. He's going to try to get a second shield barrier up, and he had a tiny counterattack going. But one of the main reasons why INexorable does not end the games immediately is because he keeps a lot of units at home. So it's actually safe to deal with these counterattacks as well. Please don't go home again though. Yeah. I like playing it safe, mate. I know it's an exciting series. It's the Big Brain Bouts. It's your debut. He wants to put on a good show. But if you can win, just go ahead and win, my friend. A little hot pickup there as well. One of those Marines. Did you see that? I saw it. I mean, whenever Bumbz sees that the only thing he's losing to is like 4 Marauders and 3 Marines, he sticks around. But
reinforcements have arrived.
the extra boys with even more guns have shown up. And they too have upgrades. And I mean, Bumbz from the Gold Masters is in a little bit of trouble in this best of 5 because he is down 2-1. That is inevitable. I mean, I really hope that you're memeing J Money, because if you actually thought you were winning that game, then your game knowledge is a whole lot worse than what I thought it was. I can guarantee you that if that situation gets resumed from replay, as GG gets called, guys, 2 Archons cannot save it. I am 100% certain that if you resume that game from replay, and it's Clem against Rainer, that Clem wins 100 games in a row. That is not a winnable spot for the Zerg at all. Like, that is literally game over. It's not playable now. The 0-0 roaches against 4 orbitals and a couple of corruptors is not playable. It really is not playable, J Money. INexorable is requesting a tiny bathroom break. He says 3 minutes. And Bumbz says, "Aight, I'm gonna go get a ciggy then." I mean, man is a grown man. If that is what he wants to do in the middle of a best of 5. Then he is free to do so. And Game 4 will be hosted on a site Delta. I can show you the VOD, Fjant. Let me show you this VOD. Fjant, guys, a 6,000 MMR European Zerg. I'll show you. It won't take me long to find it. I'm very good in finding stuff in Twitch VODs. In before I can find it. Almost there. Slow roaches, guys. Is this a slow roach attack? Also, a shout out to J Money for this attack yesterday. He killed the double depot, isn't he? No way. J Money is built different. He goes for the other depot. J Money. So this is the game, Fjant. Now we have 2 BCs in the pocket expand. They kill every single queen, every single spore. 6 drones, 11 drones. At this point, it is okay, so this is the money that this is obviously the first thing that really goes wrong. We're talking about 46 SCVs, 4 orbitals, 1 bio. And then we lost an orbital, but it's okay because he got another one. So we've got 46 SCVs, still 46 SCVs. 4 orbitals, by the way. Even though that orbital died, there are 4 orbitals. It is 1 bio. And we've got 15 roaches, 9 corruptors, 9 ravages. 30 marines, 8 marauders, 6 wrecks, combat shield, stim pack. Like, this is not playable. You should never, this should never ever go as Zerg's way. And then Corruptus just kept on killing every single command center. Nah. Mate, there are 37 buy units on the map. There's no... Like, look at... also, if Rocket spends his money, by the way. Because, like, we have 51 army supply, 1-1 against 90 with all those Corruptus and 0-0 and no roach speed. Yeah, exactly. It's also about spending the money. Of course, I'm not saying that this army should always straight up win the game. But with 1,200 minerals, 1,200 gas, and 4 orbitals, this is not playable. 4 orbitals. I am 100% certain that we are. I mean, you have to see the game, Rainer. I'll link you the game. And you can give your verdict on whether or not a game of J Money Magic and Rocker's Terran was playable. How do I find the timing exactly? You saw it? Okay, well then you know what I'm talking about. Beautiful, by the way. What was your favorite moment? Was it the slow roach attack? Because I personally really enjoyed the slow roach attack. And then we also ignored the double depot. We went for the single depot. That was sexy. All right, round 4. That was on a different game. That was on Side Delta. Speaking of, guys, Side Delta it is. As our Brazilian Terran is back from his tiny bathroom break, and Bumbz is back from his little personal break. Can we turn things around? Can we go to the rubber match for the first series of the night? I would love it.
Round 4. Fight!
I quote Rainer, I always win that. I always win that. Top left side of Side Delta. We are looking at the main base of the man that's representing the Platinum Heroes. A 2-1 lead for an 18-year-old kid from Brazil. It's INexorable. Hello, Cosmos. As we have gone for a proxy barracks, guys. Bottom right side, a man who has gone Nexus before Cybercore throughout this series. So then dealing with a proxy Rex could honestly become difficult. I don't know if he's going to do that again here, though, on Side Delta. We are about to find out. Down 1-2. Hailing from Sweden, it is a Bumbz. Goblin in the chat. Can I be BB next week? Yes, you can. It's funny that you ask, actually, because MaxPax has been waiting to play for a little while, so I think that's a perfect match, mate. Awesome. Max happy, I'm happy, you're happy. Sounds like a fun series. You want co-main or main Goblin? So nice that you're asking. Alright, proxy barracks over here for INexorable. Bumbz has scouted with the probe and he has seen that the barracks is missing. So he's actually delayed his... I mean, delaying your Nexus, guys, is something I'm quite fond of, but I don't know why we're then not taking our second gas. Guess he really wants to get a Zealot. I think you've seen it now, by the way, with this probe. This probe should honestly go back into the main to see if there is a factory that's being built there. As this wall-off is not really a wall-off, because our third building was missing. Oh, that's a surround! That is a surround! That happens to the best of us, my friend. INexorable surrounded himself. Dropped the grenade here and he bumped the probe to the other side of the Reaper. Yeah, that happens. It's not the first time I've seen it. It's not the last time. Very unlucky for the Brazilian Terran. Lovely little moment there for Bumbz. Cyclone on the way. Did he ever scout the follow-up? Okay. I think it's silly that he did not go back. If you have two probes scouting, guys, one on your side of the map, one on the other side of the map, why would you not check if there is a factory that's being built here? Because what if this was an all-out 1-1-1? What if the factory is proxied and the starport is proxied? Wouldn't you want to know that? Goblin versus Neuro or Pig. How does it feel, Goblin? You're getting the Roddy treatment now. This is like people in my Discord. It's like, hey, how does Roddy versus Zombie Grub sound? What about Roddy versus Baumus Baum? Goblin playing the best Starcraft of his entire career, and people are like, hey, how would Goblin versus Neuro be? It's like, well, I know how it would be. Aljiva, Goblin is a little better than that, mate. Roddy versus Pig is a match. Roddy versus Pig is a match. I'll give you guys that. That is always close and competitive. That is a perfectly fine match to talk about. Goblin versus Pig, not so much, guys. Alright, let's talk about that game. It's game 4, opening series of the night. Bumbz versus INexorable. As we had a proxy Stargate, the Cyclones are out and about on the map, and that means this Oracle is going to deliver some pain. Justice.
Justice reigns from above.
Very rarely in the name of an oracle, but this time it does. What are these cyclones? Oh my goodness, what are the cyclones doing? What are the cyclones in the medevac doing? This is not it. Poor INexorable has played a... No! I saw that coming from a mile away. No, no, no. Well, the man lost game 1 against DTs. It kind of looks like we're losing game 4 to an oracle. It all started with a grenade that trapped our Reaper between the probes of our opponent. We did not know about the proxy Stargate. Smart choice by Bumbz, obviously, yeah. Knowing that this was a proxy Reaper, knowing that INexorable was looking for damage. I'm afraid that this one is kind of over. Even if Blink is not totally done yet. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Honestly, Bumbz could have made a Phoenix. I think... Wait, he made a Void Reach supply block. That's a big supply block. Alright, he says, well, but then we're just gonna go for it. Then we are just gonna go for it. I don't want to be supply blocked. And he does get the tank rather quickly. The Stalkers get every single Marine as well. Marines cannot get into the bunker. There's a body block as well. And it is indeed game over immediately. GG, guys. First series of the night is going to game 5. What is this Neo meme? He went for the 360 no scope. What am I missing? Even when I have to make a Brazilian with a random European and I barely know our Brazilian player, somehow we send it to game 5. You accidentally sent it twice? And I think they are fun copying it. Roddy vs Pig Go. That is historically a fun match. It does go better for me than it goes for Piggy, but that's why I think it's very fun. Pig did have that game on Crimson Court against Clem. That is correct. So maybe Pig is a whole new animal ever since that game. Pig said you like spicy food, especially in China. Yeah, Piggy was there. That was one of the bigger mistakes that I have made in my life. If they warn you about the spicy meatballs, trust the Chinese waiter. They are not joking around. They mean business.
Final round. Fight!
Oh no, oh, no. Oh, maybe some of the nerves here, guys. Whatever is happening is not supposed to be happening. In the bottom right side of Oceanborn, a rubber match. INexorable loads all the SCVs accidentally in the command center. I think the boy is feeling the pressure. No need to panic yet, but that's obviously not a sweet start. This is Platinum Heroes INexorable. This SCV, by the way, is also taking a very strange route. I mean, building a barracks is one thing. Is this time, guys, is he going for an all-out one-base all-in? In the top left side, the man from Sweden managed to tie things up after scouting properly on Site Delta and deciding to go for that proxy Stargate. This is Bumbz. What? Why are you hating on DJ Rainer? Rainer, what are you doing? Rainer is timing out all my viewers right now. Sick. Bumbz does have a pretty quick probe scout once more. Don't forget, guys, that last game he did not go back to check if the factory was built at home. I really recommend Bumbz to stick around this time, because I think technically that is a tiny mistake. Two SCVs fighting a probe. Probe is pretty powerful. Double gate, showing a lot of respect to the proxy barracks. Factory is once more being built at home, though. This game, guys, Bumbz not going for the Zealot like he did on Site Delta. Decided to skip it. Just go straight into the Stalkerinos. Still a probe on the other side of the map, harassing SCVs. Let's see what the Reaper of our Brazilian man can do. Stalker 85% done. If he goes in a little bit deeper, he's gonna lose the Reaper. You can't lose the Reaper that quickly. Good job. Good job there, knowing when to leave. Because losing your first Reaper too quickly is a disaster. Please don't lose your probe. No, no. Okay. Saved. Now we can actually run it towards the Reaper. And the Reaper can get the second kill. This is isn't this like a milky cow special to some degree? I feel like whenever I see one base, Marauders, Cyclones, Medevacs, you think it's a Medi Ice build? I feel like this has milky cow written all over it. It's one of these, please don't have a shield battery built. Or if you do have a shield battery, please be out of position so I can kill your shield battery. Dolan? Yeah, I see that too. Alright, the scout here is very important. Because now he knows there is a battery. So at least that won't surprise us. Wait, what? Oh my goodness, we are really sending it. What is this? They are built different in Brazil, baby. We're pulling the boys. Marauders, Cyclone, Proxy, Reaper, Medevac, Proxy. I don't know. I don't know what this is. What I do know is... Oh, don't lose your Reaper. Every unit counts, mate. Every unit counts. He needs to kill the battery very quick. Actually, we have a lot of Marauders. How many units does Bumbz have? 3. Bumbz did open up double gate. He goes for a very early overcharge. It is battery overcharge versus repair. I know who wins that. It's repair all day of the week. That is a slow Stalker Warping. Oh no, that's so painful for Bumbz. Guys, that Stalker Warping is a slow. Battery overcharge has expired. The repair is good to buy time, but apparently not good enough to save it forever. It is still 4 Marauders and a Cyclone. As the SCVs on auto repair, we are having hot pickups. Oh my goodness. Our Brazilian Terran player
Liquid Clam
is doing his best Liquid Clum impression. We're warping in 2 more Stalkers. There is no sentry. That battery is never going to come online. This is it. It all comes down to this. BASILISK Big Brain Bouts, series number 1. Bumbz is clicking on a Marauder. Gets one. Will he get the second one? No. 4 hot pickups.
Liquid Clam
Saves the Cyclone as well. Unbelievable scenes. 22 workers have died. Repair still doing its thing. The Stalker count is at 3, but we still don't have Blink. And once you do have Blink, you're obviously allowed to dream. Because it is 2 bases against 1. You can be down 10 workers. He's down 14 workers. And this pylon is going to unpower everything if we kill it. We have a Liberator showing up as well. Blink is done. But what are 4 Stalkers going to do? Oh? Repowering this battery is massive actually. With 4 Stalkers and 6 probes. Are we allowed to believe Snipes one of the Marauders? I mean, INexorable has been building SCVs. And he's now going to see that this battery is about to be repowered, so he can just go for it with double Cyclone, double Marauder. We do have our second Coco overcharge. Snipes another Marauder. Can he get the final one? Nope, because the hot pickup is there. We are, however, going to get the Cyclone. There's still a Liberator, by the way, chilling in the main. 33 probes have died against this 1 base attack. We are down to 2 workers. Bumbz doesn't even have enough money right now to build another probe. Oh no, the Liberator killed another worker. That was 33% of the economy. He's done it, guys. With a proper NA special, or should I say a Latin American special, a South American special in Game 5. I don't think I've ever seen this before, but the execution was there. The micro was there. The repairs were clutch. And unfortunately for Bumbz, this is it. Vamos! For our men's in Brazil. Obrigado. Mostly just a big old vamos. Bumbz is that. 2 Stalkers and 3 workers are not going to cut it. Well done. Congratulations to INexorable for getting the W on his debut in the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. Fun build, fun series. This is some rather GG timing. Mate, since when do I leave games late? Throughout the entire series, both guys were battling throughout even in series where, or even in moments where the games looked Omega over, they were not leaving early. It is safe to say that they fought to the bitter end. GG. Thank you to BASILISK for A, allowing me to run that best of 5, and B, giving us 10 subbies. I'm gonna go ahead, settle that prediction, and give you guys the next prediction immediately. That was fun. It was chaotic, guys, but it was fun. Raynor! Woo! Wow, Raynor, look at you. Somehow you're gifting a sub to Vindicta and Revolver too. That is amazing. Thank you, mate. That's very sweet of you. It is our Brazilian Terran that gets the dub. Dub. Job done. Dub. Both. Next up is Heaven. NA Protoss versus J. Canadian Zerk. Is it like this? What is Canadian? I always forget. Apparently it's not cat. CND. Is it can? Yeah, can. Can. Can is good. BBB number 66. Damn. 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead, guys. Take a tiny break. Isn't Canada in NA? Yes. I guess I should have written USA instead of NA. I don't know. When I think of Heaven, I just think NA. I think America. I think Stars and Stripes. I don't even need to write USA. He is so American that NA has USA written all over it. But you are correct, mate. Alright, I'm west, he's east. So let's do back and forth. Okay. What's your ping to central? Yeah, I was about to say central was not very central. Anyway, we'll let the nerds sort it out. I'll be right back, guys. But the thing is, central is east these days, and the central server has always been a bit more on the east coast than actually in central. What we could do is maybe we can do central, west, central. Coin toss. That is maybe the ultimate fair solution. We'll sort it out. Be right back, guys. Couple minutes. Second best of 5 of the night coming up. There's a stupid fly that's landed on my head like 10 times. I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna hurt it.